Many middle-aged and elderly people have come to the conclusion that relying on children for support in old age is no longer feasible. Some even feel that having many children may end up being more of a burden than a blessing. We see elders around us, some with multiple children, yet they face a lonely and desolate old age without anyone to care for them. Even more alarming, some people in their 50s and 60s are beginning to accept the idea of their children not marrying or having children, as if living a good life on their own is enough. Upon deeper reflection, the notion that raising children is pointless is quite negative and can lead to family dysfunction. The significance of raising children cannot be measured solely by material means it must also be considered from a spiritual perspective. 1. Even unfilial children still provide a sense of security. Author Zhang Xingji shared an interesting viewpoint. Even if you don't have children, no matter how much money you have or how many houses you own, it won't secure a comfortable old age. The issue is not material provision, but spiritual emptiness. Elders without children tend to fare worse emotionally than those with children. In rural areas, if a man reaches his 40s or 50s without marrying, he is often labeled as a bachelor or assumed to be a 5 guarantees household, someone dependent on government support. Although such people can access policies for elder care, there is still a sense of social stigma. Some childless men even end up giving their money to nieces or nephews. But there is no guarantee these relatives will take care of them in return. Family ties become weaker once they extend beyond direct bloodlines, and the sense of responsibility diminishes. Even in nursing homes, elders with children seem more dignified, as they have regular visitors and someone to advocate for their care. There's a popular saying, children are like a country's nuclear deterrent, expensive to maintain, often unused, but having them prevents others from taking advantage of you. The presence of children acts as a protective shield in many social situations. Although we can't guarantee that all children will be filial, some may cause trouble or even end up in legal trouble. We know that having children provides a foundation. If an elder is bullied, they can say, "I'll let my son or daughter handle this," and people tend to back off. Even a seemingly useless son will step up to protect his parents in moments of conflict, and this too is a form of filial piety. In many cases, even when there is tension between parents and children, during critical moments, blood ties still unite them. They will come together to defend each other against external threats, revealing the deep bond of family. 2. The connection with children brings warmth in old age. Every Chinese New Year, you can see elders in rural areas busily preparing for the holiday. They start getting ready from the winter solstice, preparing cured meats, making rice cakes, and brewing homemade sweet potato wine. Although these tasks are time-consuming, the elders do them with joy. One elderly man might say, "My son loves cured meat, so I'll prepare extra for him." Even though such items can be bought easily in stores, homemade gifts carry a warmth that store-bought products cannot. As the holiday approaches, a phone call from a child arriving at the station fills the elder with pride. They immediately share the news with the entire village, feeling a sense of accomplishment. Although these elders spend the entire year working for their children, they are happy doing so. By contrast, elders without children may avoid all this effort, but their lives feel cold and empty during the holidays. Throughout the year, elders and their children often stay in touch via phone or video calls. Elders can see their faraway children at work or watch their grandchildren playing. When a grandchild calls out, "Grandpa," "Grandma," their hearts are filled with joy. In a touching short film, a grandfather hears that his grandson wants a toy Peppa Pig. Not knowing what it was, he went around the village asking about it and, after a month, managed to make a wooden version of the toy. This level of care can leave a lasting impression on the grandchild's heart. No matter how hard life gets or how difficult old age becomes, having that connection with children makes everything seem less burdensome. 3. as long as children thrive, parents' efforts are worthwhile. It's common to hear parents say, "I'll do everything I can to get my kids into a big city. Even if I pass away and they don't come back, I'll have no complaints." This sounds odd, considering that raising children is often associated with expecting filial piety and care in old age. So why would parents feel fulfilled even if their children can't care for them? The answer lies in the parent's perspective. Many parents from rural or lower income backgrounds view life as a struggle. If they can lift their children out of poverty and help them succeed in larger cities, they feel that their lives were meaningful. They may even send their hard-earned savings to their children, helping them settle into their new lives. These parents understand the financial burden their children face in the city, paying for mortgages, car loans, and education. They expect little in return, seeing their children's success as enough reward. Many parents, even when sick in old age, want to inform their children, not because their children don't care, but because they want to continue protecting them from worry. Not being a burden to their children is a final act of love. Put simply, continually giving love to your children is, in itself, a source of happiness. The real tragedy comes when there is no one to receive that love. For, in an increasingly indifferent world, family ties become more precious. In moments of unhappiness, returning home brings relief. All grievances can be expressed and understood within the family, while the outside world offers no such refuge. We can't guarantee that all children will be successful or even filial, but whether or not we have children makes a significant difference in how we experience old age. As we grow older, we realize that material satisfaction, having enough food and drink isn't enough. What truly matters is finding spiritual comfort. And that comfort, in large part, comes from the bond we share with our children. So, while we're still in our prime, we raise children not only for their future but also to enrich our own lives, ensuring that we are well cared for emotionally and spiritually in our later years.